Hello, Iris J here with Madrona's Pulse Teachings, and there is more Uranus-Jupiter Conjunction wisdom wanting to be shared because there's just so much of it. And so I'm just putting this other video up for you folks because right now I'm posting this on the day that we're in this conjunction. And you know, it's so incredible because really what this is an opportunity for, individually and collectively, is a whole new embodiment of Taurus energy, a whole new understanding of Taurus energy in these human journeys that we're on, working with this earth wisdom that we first and foremost intuit and understand and know through the body and the body's connection to earth. And, you know, this is so incredible because this conjunction comes right out of this total solar eclipse in Aries. And that was really an opportunity for a whole new embodiment of Aries energy and what it means to be a self on this journey, what it means to be intuiting primal fires. And now we come into this next stage, the next sign of what it means to manifest with that emboldened self in a way that is radical, in a way that is about our own unique individual gifts, rebellious spirits, rebellious in terms of a status quo social paradigm that does not serve the collective, and what it means to bring that into a new way of being embodied, to a new way of building foundations for our life, to a new way of making money, to a new way of even considering the purpose and use of money, to a new way of embracing values that are deeply nourishing and sustainable for ourselves, and also for those that we move in our small circles with and the collective as well, in a way that this is an entire new understanding of abundance, a new understanding, you know, new and old, new and ancient. You know, Taurus wisdom is this deep, deep embodiment of earth consciousness. And here Jupiter and Uranus are creating this kind of potential portal for us to move through in a whole new cycle for 14 years with. And this is the piece. We have to choose. We have to co-create with the archetypes as we experience them, as they're manifesting. And this is where evolutionary archetypal astrology is always the coming together of our own natal chart and the transits that are occurring right now. And it is a choice. And, you know, higher mind is here. Uranus is here encouraging us. That's Babes. He's usually outside. He's another one of the cat sanctuary. He's a little wild thing. Wild thing. Uranus. Thank you, Babes. You know, he's this, Uranus is this opportunity to bring in this radical shift and embodiment and understanding of these values. And this is, you know, this is, of course, connecting us to Pluto moving through Aquarius. And we're coming into a full moon in a few days where Pluto is square the sun and the moon. And so this is radical, transformative energy. The sun is really bright. I really hope that you can see me, but I really wanted to be outside in this Taurus moment. And, you know, I don't think I can ever stress enough something that, you know, I learn in so many different ways from a lot of very, very formal kind of intense philosophical and cultural studies study in my life in university, that I am gifted with learning from working with clients. And this is where the most lessons come of how much our individual journeys, they are what matters. Like, I meet with, most of my clients are women. I meet with women and I'm like, she's a superhero. And she got no idea right? Like the things that we carry and we move through, and so much of our society teaches us to focus our gaze outward, to look at a particular celebrity, to look at a particular political person. And not to say there's not inspiration there. That said, when we kind of deconstruct the matrix of celebrity culture and consumer culture, there's a lot of problematic things there as well when our gaze is constructed towards celebrities. And we, everyday people of all different classes, people of all different backgrounds, people of all different gender expressions, all different abilities, all different, and we go on and we go on and we go on of our different identities. And yet when we really allow ourselves the space to heal, the breath to heal, the moments, when we connect with our bodies, when we connect with the ways that our bodies are part of something so much bigger in this earth consciousness, and this is Taurus energy, we make radical transformations. And those transformations in our own lives, that's the paradigm change. That's the collective. That's Uranian Aquarius energy, and the way that the individual is part of the collective. And this moment of Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus is an opportunity for radical changes in so many different ways. And it links into economies. It links into our own experience of how we can come into, like, and you got 14 years, there's no pressure. We can come into different understandings of money. You know, this is this is troubling thing, but I don't actually align myself with the whole money is just exchange. It's just, money is human created. It's something that is of this material world. It's real and it's important, and we need to come into our own understandings, and there's emotional attachment to that as well. We also need to recognize things like capitalism and patriarchy as very real systems that get internalized on the micro level. And this is a moment, especially with Pluto moving through Aquarius for 20 years, to blast through things that we've been taught, things that are still perpetuated in pop culture and celebrity culture and in power over structures, by coming into our micro level experience, by reformulating what it even means to be in this body, what healing even means, what it means to connect with earth and communities. And it's a new opportunity to come in to our own embodiments. And honestly, to start over, to release. Uranus can come through and it can just really put a wave through the nervous system, and that can kind of dislodge so much that's stuck in the body. This is Taurus, and this is stuck in the body. You know, this can be trauma. This can be intergenerational trauma. This can be stories that we've inherited, that were put on us, that we made our own. And this moment can kind of come through and it can dislodge that. And there it becomes really important that we do the work of releasing, of acknowledging and letting go. This is going to show up in the house that we have this conjunction happening in. And so this is why this is such a moment for ritual work, and to just be aware of what's coming through and to let it go. And remember, no pressure, because we got 14 years. Okay, so that is just hopefully the last. I could be up with another video later of this Uranus-Jupiter conjunction, because it is mighty. And also, it is also about choice, because this was one of the whole points, because we can stay in those old Taurus paradigms. And those old Taurus paradigms and the stereotypes that they get used in pop astrology, you know, is all about actually aligned to power over models, about ideas of money and power, some superficial ideas of what it means to be empowered, of what it means to have self-confidence. And you know, we can work with those, and we can use them, and people can make a lot of money out of them. And this is where, you know, I would really disagree with some of the kind of language out there around manifesting and money coaches and all of this, because this is Taurus realms and we got to talk about it. And it, just because one is famous or one has a lot of money, that does not mean that their soul is singing. Okay. And so, you know, these are big conversations, and at the moment it's really just feeling what's emerging for the self, because there's a new Taurus archetype that's ancient, that's been covered over. That is earth wisdom, that is healing wisdom, that is an herbalist wisdom, that's in witch wisdom. And it's wanting to come through, but it comes through in a new way, because we're in a new time, and this is potential timeline shifting. And again, we do have to choose and work with it and get our hands in the dirt and knead it literally and metaphorically as we do manifest kind of new journeys forth for ourselves and the collective. And that line is never separated. Even if we don't feel that we're part of a collective, even if we feel like we haven't met our group where we can just show up as ourselves, we are interconnected beings. And this is Uranus. And so especially as we move through this, especially if we've felt that alienation, you know, we might be getting pulled into a time when we can actually move through and find more and more people that we align with. And as that happens, there's a whole other level of healing that happens. And that is one of the things that YouTube and some of our social media platforms are really useful for. They can also perpetuate really old, outdated stereotypes and power structures. But I will stop there, because I could go into media studies prof mode, and that's a whole other video. So I'm sending such abundant blessings, embodied wisdom for us to just feel and be well.